Hey guys, so back with another video. This time, how I converted the back of my car to have a camper setup. So, the reason behind this is typically the places that the missus and I visit, we don't have hotel facilities. Plus, we don't like towing caravans or camper trailers in long drives. So, this is not not to replace your typical camper or caravan setup. This typically suits us because what we normally do is we do long drives, and when it's time to camp, we typically pull over to a truck stop or a overnight camping area. And so when we do long drives, we drive for typically 1,500 kilometers a day easily. And by the time you get to the camping site, you don't pretty much have any energy to set up camp. So this is ideal for someone who does long distance driving. So it's a very stealthy setup. You don't have to have a pop-up roof tent or checked into a hotel. So this is a very stealthy situation, which gives us more options to camp and gives us our privacy. So yeah, that's this video is about how I converted the car to have a camper setup. The entire thing, entire assembly here is pretty much bolt on. So I bought almost all the parts from Bunnings, and even though I gradually built this setup, I was able to take this entire assembly out, minus the cushions. So you can take out the cushions, and because they come in segments, so leave the cushions out, but the entire structure you can take out in just one go. You just remove the seats and pop the structure in, and you're pretty much good to go in half an hour. So I will include a time lapse of the entire conversion. So that's not the build. So after the build is done, I will what I do is I take the seats out and then bring the structure in. That's the time lapse. I will include the time lapse for this conversion, which only takes 30 minutes for two people. That's the missus and I. That's the setup, and it's the dimensionally. I'm 6'1". I can sleep pretty comfortably, and it's 1.35 meters in width. So it's ideal for two people. Anyone who's shorter than, I would say, 6'2" should be okay in this setup. So apart from the bed part, actual sleeping part, you have all sorts of room underneath the cushion to store your stuff, food, clothes, tools, and diesel, water, whatever you want to carry, plus the fridge. You have provision for all your stuff you want to carry for a typical long distance trip. Now, since I have built this setup, I have done a couple trips. Now, even though in this particular video I describe that my fridge was gonna go inside the car on top of the camper setup, it was a bit cumbersome. So since then I have changed the setup, but for the time being, this is how I first got the system running. And I was moving the fridge from the rear area to the front passenger seat whenever we wanted to camp. So that was pretty much the only downside that I could come across with this setup. Everything else worked perfectly. But since then I have relocated the fridge to this cargo box that's at the very back, that's outside the car. So that's going to be a separate video, how I built that cargo box behind the car. Stay tuned for that one, but for the time being, this is how I first came up with this design, and I will walk you through of everything I have done. And if you have any ideas and tips, just leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the comments. Alright guys, enjoy the video, and I'll first roll the time lapse of me converting the 7-seater to with an already built structure. Alright, cheers guys. So what I have done here is I have taken out all the seats. That's the second row and the third row, and I have used the bolts that you would normally mount the seats of the on the body to mount these brackets that I've got from Bunnings. There are altogether, I believe, 9. Yes, 9 brackets. Plus the I've obviously taken out the last the tool tray and the side pockets, and that has left me with this what I would call as the saddle bracket. This is a U-shaped bracket, so this is what you would normally have the bracket or the strap hooks on the back of the Pajero. So I have used that bracket to mount this roof bracket, again bought from Bunnings, and that's coming up to this rail, and I have added another strip here as a bracing, and I have attached this slotted L angle to at the height that I want my platform to be at. Yeah, so this will be the main platform height. Now from this angle I have you could see, let me try and zoom. So yeah, so that will be, so that's, where is it? So that will be one of the brackets that would one of the bolts that would normally house the seat, the second row seat, and there's a cut equal angle there propagating from the from that bracket, and that's holding up this equal angle length just for the leveling purposes at the moment. So this will be, like I said, the platform that you would have the sleeping platform on. Hey guys, back with another update. So we have pretty much completed the construction of the sleeping platform on the back of the car. So apologize for the lighting conditions, it's a bit dark inside our garage. So as you may see, yeah, so we've got this sturdy enough platform. Yeah, it's not moving at all. Up on these races there are 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, 6 races in the middle, and there's 2 more on these brackets that I described earlier. And so these 2 pockets on the sides is sized to carry the 5-liter portable drinking water can from Coles. It's sliding in and out perfectly. You need to take these brackets out, or maybe leave them in, you know. Yeah, and these 2 will carry 2 diesel cans, 2 jerry cans, and here we will have our fridge, freezer fridge. So our plan is to move the fridge from here to the passenger seat when we need to take a break, and lay the jerry cans on its side, and that way we will have a continuous flat platform. I'll give you guys another look from the sides as well. Oh, the light. So yeah, this is how it looks from the side. It's about 300 plus mil raised from the floor. So again, it's not budging at all. So we have installed these triangular sections in the corners to get rid of any unwanted sway of the platform. Yeah, so this is pretty much complete at this point. Oh, one more thing. So we figured we don't need the first cross member that was going on the edge of the platform there, because the missus would like to tilt her seat back. So we have 3 rails, 1 2 and 3 going along the length of the car. So I have trimmed the length of the leftmost rail at there, and left the middle one and the rightmost one as it is. So we're gonna have a removable platform, so she can tilt her seat back whenever she wants, obviously up to a certain degree, pun intended. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So this is the structure. Looks quite sturdy. I put another gusset here, whatever you could say, to stop the platform, this section of the platform, from sinking through. And I have installed these couple of brackets for the fridge slider that I will show you when everything is complete. Yeah, so this is how it's gonna be. Yeah, I'll show you from the sides as well. Yeah, so yeah, so this is a 1.2 meter section straight from Bunnings. So the bed will be a little bit wider than 1.2, about 1.25 meters. And like I said, so the right hand side, the driver's side of the bed, will go all the way in, because I don't tilt my seat. But not the case with Mrs. She wants her seat to be able to tilt whenever she wants. Yeah, so this section that goes in here will have to have a separate support that can be removed. So when we are not using I mean, when we are driving, so we can put the cushion that goes in here on top of this one, and have the room to move her seats all the way to the back. So yeah, so I'll show you the setup when it's too fully complete. So the metal frame is now complete, and I have installed the cushions that I showed you earlier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the metal structure is underneath the cushion now, so you have enough space to store your stuff under the cushions. So the lengthwise, it's reading from this frame to the edge of the last or the frontmost cushion is about 1.86 meters. So if you are if you are around 6 foot or just under 6 foot, you shouldn't have any problem. I'm 6'1", so I sleep here quite comfortably. So yeah, so this is how it looks. So these are for the fridge frame. The fridge frame is going to be mounted onto these brackets, and there's a one hidden in between these cushions. So the fridge frame, when I say fridge frame, I mean the fridge slider, will set into these one even with the cushion on. So I'll get another video of with the fridge slider in place, so you don't have to remove this one to install your fridge. So what we do normally is we put the fridge slider on just about this cushion and set the fridge in. When it's time for us to camp, we remove the fridge and put it on the front passenger seat along with the fridge slider. So that will give us the entirety of the back tour of the car to sleep. So yeah, so this is how it looks, and this is how it looks from the front side. So the width is entirely from this door panel to that door panel is about 1.25 meters, which should be plenty enough for 2 people. And yeah, so that's the structure. I'll lift one up for you. So that's the structure we made earlier. That's the router, it's a Solink router. Yeah, so it's got plenty of room under the cushions to store all your stuff. So we typically store snacks, clothes, tools, cookware, and the diesel, water and whatnot under the fridge. So yeah, so frontmost cushion has to come off quite easily, because we have to put the seats back when we are driving. So even though every other cushion has 2 rails, one on each side, and a couple of braces in between to hold the cushion in place, since the missus would like to tilt her seat back, we can't have that under the front cushion. So the frontmost cushion is currently only sitting on two metal bars. There's nothing on this side. So what we do is we normally carry the first cushion on top of the second cushion, so that we both can put our seats all the way back if we need to. Except the missus can tilt her seat all the way back. And when it's time to put the first cushion on, we set it up and we put some sort of a support from under so it doesn't collapse. Otherwise we'll just drive around like this, and when it's time to set the bed up, yeah, it's a bit hard for me to do it one-handed, so you get the idea. Set it up and prop it up on this end with a piece of timber that we carry around. So otherwise everything else is pretty solid. This is not going to move around. We'll set this one up. Yeah, so that's the structure. That's the structure that I showed you earlier from the sides, and then from the back. Yeah, and every single piece of this cushion can be removed for easy access of the stuff that's underneath the cushions. Yeah, there's that. So this is the same setup with the fridge slider in place. So as you can see, it's got a couple of hooks that goes underneath. Sorry, when I say underneath, goes through the slotted iron. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty hard to keep it in place. Yeah. So what I do is I put this tray on and get these rubber hooks to hook under and through these eye hooks, I think what they're called, so that when it's in place, it's not gonna jump out. I have the same setup on the other side as well. So even with the cushion on, there's enough room for the tray to slide out with the fridge and slide back in. So when it's time to set up the camp, what we do is we just remove the fridge and put it on the front passenger side, and remove the tray, unclip the hooks and remove the tray and put it on the front side, so we have the complete bed to sleep on. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Alright, I hope you guys liked the video, and if there's anything that you guys think that could be improved, I'm happy to read the comments. Yep. Anyway, thanks guys. See you in the next video.